Welcome back to part 2 of our kitchen mini-series. This week we're revealing what our kitchen looks like today and what jobs still need to be done. Plus, we're doing a little makeover and creating a cosy coffee nook. Welcome back to part 2 of the kitchen mini-series. We are now roughly 7 or 8 months after the previous video. The kitchen is up and running. We've got worktops, we've got running water, we've got electrics. I'm making a little peppermint tea. Things are good. Things are working and functioning just as we wanted them to. To start off this week's video, I really want to give you a little bit of a tour. It's going to be a very quick tour because it's not the biggest space, but I'm so excited for you to finally see what our kitchen looks like at the moment. Obviously it's not the final form because this still is a temporary space, but I'm just very excited to show you around. Also make a list of all of the jobs, big and small, that we are still yet to do. We're going to do those jobs in the next video, and I've also got a mini makeover planned for the temporary dining room part of our kitchen, which to be honest hasn't been utilised that well. My goal is to try and do it basically without spending any money. It's not going to be perfect, but it is a temporary space and I'm quite happy to just make do, just zhuzh it up a little bit. First things first though, let's do our little tour. Starting off with this side of the kitchen first. As you can see, got lovely little hooks just so it's easy to grab the essentials: oven gloves, apron, tea towel. Then this basically came straight from the apartment as is, because I spent so long trying to figure out the perfect storage solution for our spice jars. And then all of the bits up here are very handy. There's a few little decorative bits, again, just to grab and go. So for instance, we've got one of these heat-proof little silicone mats. So cute, but just very handy. And it's got its little pride of place right there. And then over here is where our induction hob is. We don't have an integrated one at the moment, but to be honest, for us two, this works perfectly fine. We've got our little tray full of stuff, all of our tools, perfect for cooking. Salt and pepper meals. We've also got flaky salt in these little pinch pots, and of course olive oil. All of our chopping boards are here, and then as you can see in the corner we've got a few books and our microwave. So what I do need to do in this space is, I don't know if you can see, literally here, this is where the boiler used to be. So I need to find something very simple, just a picture or a painting, and just put it over the top because it is a little bit drafty. So I need to write this down. Notebook at the ready. Right, next thing. As I've just said, our induction hob is here. And so when we're cooking, it does splatter around here. For that reason, we've not put a blind up because it just gets really messy. One thing that we do need to do actually is we bought these very cheap stick-on tiles, so that's definitely going to help that problem of just keeping all of the surfaces clean. So I need to put that on my list. And then this wall, I feel like is crying out for something, but I don't necessarily have... Oh, I could put a mirror here because I do have one in mind that's... It's a little bit fragile at the moment because it's not up anywhere. Let me go and get it. So here she is. I just don't think it's doing anything. It's kind of just redundant. Okay, let's scratch that idea. So yeah, I think something artwork related, just to make it feel a bit more lived in. It's like more decorative, it's not really problem solving, I guess. We don't have an oven, we have our microwave and 2 air fryers. We cooked our Christmas dinner in these, and we put a whole chicken and a beef joint in here, so this was a really good purchase. I don't think, apart from obviously the stick-on tiles, I don't really think anything else needs to happen here. This window, however. When I demoed this, goodness, a long time ago now, there was literally so many tiles upon tiles upon tiles. So now it's gone back to the last tile before we start getting into like the actual wall. But it's just so ugly, and I kind of feel like I need to get like a windowsill planter. And Dunelm are doing some really beautiful coloured ones. I saw a pink and red one this morning on my phone. So I'm kind of thinking, let's just add some colour and interest here. I don't necessarily feel like we need a blind here. I like the natural light coming in. Could we do with one? Probably. I guess actually it wouldn't take much, just a tension rod. And then I could even make some curtains if I find some fabric. I don't want to spend too much on this, because eventually this is actually going to be a door. Yeah, maybe I'll add that to the list. This is most definitely the hardest part of the kitchen to make look nice. But for now, this area is quite good for all of our hot drinks. I just don't know. We could obviously put in more shelving, but I don't necessarily think that's needed, and it needs to be accessible for James. Perhaps this is just something we're going to have to just accept that it is the way it is. So this also needs to be added to the list, that we need to put up the last part of the plasterboard and paint it. Again, we need to put on the stick-on tiles here. So let me show you this. One other thing we need to put on is all of the handles, thinking about it. So I need to add that to the list. This is our larder, and it just functions really well. Don't really think there's any point changing this when it works. So if we find artwork here, maybe something else there. This is gonna have some artwork up here. So that's like the decorated side. And then this is gonna need something. Maybe it doesn't, I'm just maybe overdoing it. So that's the list. It's pretty substantial. So find the picture / artwork to cover hole where the old boiler was, stick on the tiles, art print for empty wall, windowsill planter, find fabric to make curtains and buy a tension rod, put up remaining part of plasterboard, add handles to all the doors, and look at paint for the main wall in a different colour. So that's going to be quite a hefty video next week, because I'd like to take you along with me to go and find some of these pieces, whether that's at a charity shop or Dunelm. That's going to be a really exciting video to put together. But before that, now's time for us to work on the first part of this space, the mini makeover. The first room that I want to work on in this space is our temporary dining room, which, if I'm going to be completely honest, we haven't used that much of. We've got the leftover chairs and literally the leftover part of our dining table that we had in our previous home. And it's been really good for helping with like the laundry, like folding things up and just putting them there before they're put away. You come down the hallway and this just, I feel like, lets the whole space down. So this is the plan. We're gonna get rid of these chairs, take apart the table. We're going to paint the wall because I feel like it's screaming for some colour. At some point, this part of the hallway, this is going to be part of a hallway, I should probably mention that first, but it's going to be separated with the help of an arch. So there's going to be lots of lovely trim, and there is going to be a skylight, so this light won't be here. So if the colours are slightly different, I'm not that worried, because that's going to be how it is at some point. So saying that, I do have some leftover hallway paint. This is Silt by Little Green. It's the best paint I've ever used. So I've got a little bit of that, but I do also have quite a lot of the Rolling Dark, again from Little Green. So I could mix the two, because I just don't know if this is gonna do it, if this is gonna cover that wall and part of the recess. And then we've also got an egg chair that I want to put in here instead, and maybe try and find a rug. And And then I want to restyle this unit, which if you remember from way ago, if you've been watching the videos for quite a while, this unit was up in our loft. And now, let me show you. Now it just holds all of our dishes, all of our wine glasses, and it's just so handy. And another thing, we've got so many storage cubbies. We've got all of our light bulbs in here, and this is gonna look really obsessive. We've got all of our Gusto recipe cards. Yeah, we love Gusto. We are Gusto people. These are just like little recipe cutouts that I save from like the Tesco's magazine that you can get with all of the lovely recipe ideas in it. I think the first thing is to get rid of these chairs and take down this table. That was a huge spider. So in the last video, I did actually say that I would paint this wall in the Tahitian vanilla, which is the colour, the lighter colour that's in this room currently. And clearly I didn't do that. And the reason is because I'm still not 100% sure on that colour. So yeah, ended up not doing it. I also ran out of paint at that point, and so didn't want to spend any more money on this paint than I had to, so. And I know we've only just started painting this wall, but already I love it. I think it looks so cozy, and it's going to just go so well with the rest of the hallway. Do you like it?
Yeah, very nice. That's better. Just a bit warmer.
Yeah. So whilst I'm waiting for the wall to dry, and I probably have to do a few more coats just to make it look as smooth as possible. Obviously, that's a bit of a tall order because, as you've noticed, there are some imperfections in the wall still because it's not plastered. Once we start working on the back extension and connecting this old part of the property to the new part, that's when we'll start really prioritising this space. So plastering the walls and the ceiling. And then there's also going to be a wall that runs literally through where I'm sat right now for the main bathroom.
Nice. Oh, wow. Why did you clear that here? Was it just a tank? Jesus.
so I've just finished styling the space and I'm really happy with it. It's like a whole world away to how we started. So I'm going to reveal it to you now in 3, 2, 1. Thank you guys so much for watching today's video. I hope you enjoyed it, and definitely let me know what you think of the space down in the comments. This is the first makeover of the year and I'm really excited to do more of these type of videos. I hope you're looking forward to that too. Thank you so much for watching and I shall see you in the next one. Bye guys!